Namaste and welcome to my channel Ayurveda Made Easy. Myself, Dr. Saraswathi Sharma, MD in Ayurveda Samhitha and Siddhanta. This channel is started to bring those concepts of Ayurveda which are difficult to understand and yet essential in a simple and lucid way to all the students and practitioners of Ayurveda and also to the general public. Very soon, we will be starting lessons in various samhitas and subjects too, for the sake of students and also practitioners. At the same time, we will also be coming up with the videos frequently regarding do's and don'ts on Ahara and Vihara for the general public, for disease prevention as well as maintenance of health. So right now in this series, we are bringing to you few videos on the concepts that are easy to understand and score better than those topics which need hours of preparation. So since AIAPGET is just around the corner, we thought we will come up with few videos which will help the students to score better in the examination. And how I can be sure that it will help? Let me tell you from my own experience. I topped TSPSC, that is Telangana State Public Service Commission examination in 2018 with just a few hours preparation. And in that, not just Ayurveda, I had a paper on general knowledge too, for which I never prepared previously. Still, because I have understood how the entrance tests are conducted, how the questions will be set, what to expect, and how to prepare for them, I could easily top it with just a few hours preparation. So, from my experience, I'll be bringing to you some tips and tricks to improve your score with l- minimum effort. So, what do we need to really gain success in the examination? Any entrance, it requires a lot of dedication and hard work. But is hard work alone is sufficient? What do you need to do? Hard work or smart work? So, if you are, it needs hard work in a smarter way. So, there are no shortcuts to success, but there are smarter ways to success where the efforts are less and the results are more. So, even in the entrance examination in Ayurveda, there are many tricks which you can use to achieve more results with lesser efforts. Remember, in any entrance examination, the number of tough questions is usually very less. It's just 10 to 15% of the questions will be so tough that many will be left wondering where from the questions came. Another 20 to 30% will be a little bit harder, which only those who have reworked really hard can make out. But rest 40 to 50%, they're usually simple questions which even a cursory reading, if at all you have uh, read with full dedication and focus, you can easily attempt. So, anyone with even a little bit of efforts in the right direction will be able to qualify without sweating it out. But however much you prepare, still there are at least 10 to 15% questions nobody can answer. And that's the reason many of the percentages of even the toppers are only in 70s. Hardly a handful cross 80% in any of the entrance examinations. So if you are able to achieve that 70 to 75%, you can get a seat in any college in any branch of your choice. But that requires year-long preparation. Suppose you didn't prepare hard for whatever reason. It could be corona this year or your duties or whatever the reason. You couldn't prepare hard. And still there are some subjects or some topics left over which you need to prepare and you are not sure what to do, then how do you go about it? So that's where this video intends to help you. And in any topic, the number of questions asked will be fixed. So the only thing is the questions vary, but not the topic. So suppose you are not sure about the muscles. Either you can now go and read about the muscle groups, names, their origins, insertions, etc., etc., etc. All this might get you 1 or 2 marks at the most, usually 1 mark. The same 1 mark can be gained if you are sure about the location of the 20 extra pages in female. Remember, the number of pages is 500 in male and 520 in female. Even in 520, in those 20, 10 are in the stanas and 10 are in the female reproductive tract. So where exactly are they? If you can answer that, 1 mark is for sure in most. So in Sharir Rachana, we all know Marmas is a compulsory question. So usually you get at least 2 questions from Marmas, either the number or the type or the prognosis. So for 107 Marmas, learning each and everything of this, it takes hours together, and even then you can't be sure you remember all the points. At the same time, it takes only a fraction of that time to learn the type, number, and also which type occurs where regarding Asti, Sandhi, and Snayu. So 1 or 2 marks is your goal in Sharir Rachana, in which you haven't gained much confidence till now. You know which one to read among these two. Same. If you read all the Mahakashaya Vargas, even in Mahakashaya Vargas, there is a trick to score with lesser effort. I'll tell you that in another video. But if you have to read all the Mahakashaya Vargas for 1 or 2 marks, and the same marks you can attain if you read about only Haritaki. Which one do you prefer if you are stressed up for time? The same principle applies whether you are reading regarding the drugs or the diseases or Chikitsa Sutras. So you can either mug up regarding the ingredients, main ingredient, bhavana dravyas, proportions, indications, doses, etc., etc., etc. for all the drugs mentioned, or you can identify few important drugs, the often asked ones. Remember, these are usually the drugs which are commonly in practice and which are useful in more than one disease. So, reading about hand-picked drugs, which one is easier? Similarly, reading about all the diseases or reading those specific points from specific diseases which have a higher probability of being asked. Which is easier? Even in Shalya or Shalakya and all this. So in Shalya, you can mug up their yantra, shastras, their number, their names, their measurements, sizes, indications, gunas, doshas, karmas, etc., etc., etc. All this can get you 2 or 3 marks. But the same 2 or 3 marks you can gain by reading about Arshas, Bagandari, Ashmari, and even Visarga. So which one consumes less time and lesser efforts and more rewarding? So what I mean to say is not that you should only focus on those points which are easier to learn. No, that's not my intention. In an entrance, topping is all about being able to join in a course of your choice because your specialization decides your future. But then, what if you couldn't, for some reason, put in the required efforts and learn all the relevant topics? So, what if there are a few subjects or few topics from each subject are yet to be learned? There is hardly one day for the entrance examination now. So, what do you do then? It's at such times these tricks come in handy to improve your score. Because remember, each and every bit that you do correctly will gain you 4 marks. At the same time, every bit you do wrong will cause a setback of 5 marks with those who were equal with you before. Okay, so I have given you a few videos, I have uploaded a few videos for you to have an idea of how to make maximum use of these tricks. So, what are the simple topics which you can easily learn and which will surely get you marks? Hope you will find them useful and your score improves with the help of those videos. Take them as an example and search for such points in the topics you are yet to cover so that you can improve your score. So, all the best for your exams, and I'll be waiting for your feedback on how you felt about my video. Thank you. Good day. All the best.